My friends, we are doing the good deeds. Today is day 2 of that video being up about Cleetus McFarland and all the great things that he has done with all of the other Operation Airlift people down in North Carolina. All of the guys that are flying into the mountains of North Carolina on their own personal aircraft and dropping off food and supplies and actually evacuating people as well. Truly incredible story. I am unbelievably impressed with all those guys. To see Cleetus step up and go from content creator to helicopter pilot, landing in incredibly tight landing zones, and putting himself and his family and his literal life on the line to be able to do it is truly incredible. Greg Biffle and a lot of the NASCAR guys have also stepped up and done a lot of the same thing. They're providing jet fuel. They're also providing basically a center of operations down there. It's truly incredible to see what all of those guys have done, how that entire community has come together to support the people of North Carolina, especially the mountains, Asheville area, as they all recover from Helen. Amazing storm, just truly devastating to that area. And to see everybody come together to be able to affect some positive change and some support to each other is awesome. As I promised in my previous video, which hopefully you've watched, if you haven't, please go over and watch that. I am going to be donating all of the revenue from my channel for the entire month of October to the relief efforts for the people of Western North Carolina and East Tennessee. Many of you probably do not know this, but I have a lot of historical background in East Tennessee. It's where my parents are from, just outside of Knoxville. I have family that's lived in East Tennessee literally since the turn of the century, the last century, not this one. Northwest Georgia, East Tennessee, South Carolina, that's where a lot of my family is from, so it's very near and dear to my heart. I spent a lot of time in that area as well, and it's truly just absolutely devastating to see what's happened there. It's been amazing to see, though, people who have gone above and beyond and who have done things that are not what you would normally expect to see from folks. In today's day and age, it's unfortunate that we do see a lot of people who are much more focused on themselves, millionaires and billionaires that don't necessarily do a whole lot with what they have for other people. They kind of more concentrate on what they can do for themselves. And to see guys that put their money where their mouth is, truly, literally, doing what they're doing is just absolutely incredible. So thus far, we've made $9.96 off that video, but that's in the first day. Day 2 is currently running, so we're not entirely sure what we're going to make on that, but I bet you it's probably going to be at least $50-$60, somewhere in that range. So while yes, this is probably not going to amount to a huge amount of money, even little tiny drops can eventually fill that bucket. And hopefully, maybe even me doing this kind of thing will inspire some others in the YouTube world of automotive YouTube to maybe do something similar. I would love to see something like that where we all kind of come together and we all use the power that we have here with our audiences and with this beautiful thing we have on YouTube to be able to generate revenue and use that revenue for our greater good. Now, yes, I understand that a lot of folks, they live off their YouTube revenue, and I understand that they can't donate everything that comes through. I get that, I totally do. I'm fortunate enough to have a professional life outside of YouTube so that I don't necessarily have to deal with that. And I'm able to donate, whatever the revenue is off of this channel. I don't know if it's going to be $100, if it's going to be $1,000, if it's going to be $10,000. I honestly have absolutely no idea, and it's truly up to you guys. For those of you who aren't familiar with how this works, when you watch a video and when you're watching ads that run on that video, the more time you spend on that channel, the more time you spend on those videos, it raises the revenue for that channel. So roughly speaking, you get about $7, $8 per 1,000 views. So you can start doing that math depending on the channel and depending on what type of information that they're putting out and what the content is. So the more we can get views, the longer you can spend, and the more of those stupid, annoying ads that you watch, the more it gives us the ability to generate revenue. So this is Automotive Adventures with Austin. This is not really about what I'm interested in. This is not really what I do here. You actually joined me today. I'm clearly at the JEGS corporate office today. I'm actually picking up some parts for a 1968 CUDA build that we're working on for a customer, and JEGS happen to have one piece in stock that we need to be able to move forward on that project. So I jumped in the truck and decided to head up this way, and I figured it'd be a great chance to shoot a quick little video for you guys. So, the beautiful thing here with YouTube is we can really make of it what we want. We can make content about whatever we want. We can publish whatever we want. There's really no limitations on that. We can make revenue off of it, and we can do whatever we want to with that kind of thing. As I said, a lot of people have to use that revenue to be able to pay for their bills or pay for their builds. In my case, I'm fortunate enough to be in a position where I can utilize this revenue for anything I want to. And in this case specifically, I'm not going to be using it to be able to pay for stuff for my own toys. There's a vastly more important thing going on right now. And that's what I'm going to do with it. It's my money, and I can do what I want. I'll tell you right now, it's truly uplifting to see how well people have come together over this whole process. Oh, hey, I think this is off their Baja truck that just came back. It is truly uplifting to see all of these people come together in a very private-public partnership. The government does do what they do. They are FEMA and TEMA, and everybody is going to come together, and they are going to provide a lot of really heavy lifting stuff. All of the big work is going to get done by government. However, government moves slowly. The wheels turn, but they turn slowly. But once they're engaged, you will see a huge amount of effort going into that area. However, they don't react quickly. A lot of times, they're not as deft as personal, private type people can. Cleetus got the call that things were going bad in that area, and he and Maddie jumped in the helicopter and headed up to North Carolina. They didn't have to file, paperwork. They didn't have to get 16 different signatures. They didn't have to get authorization for this, that, or the other thing from their superiors. They just did it. Same thing with Greg Biffle. Same thing with all the other people. I think there's like 40 helicopters that have been flying in and out of there that are personal helicopters, personal craft. And those guys are paying their own fuel bills. They're paying their own maintenance bills. You're talking thousands of dollars worth of jet fuel, thousands of dollars worth of maintenance that's going to come due on those helicopters because they have very short maintenance windows. So a lot of these guys that are flying rescue missions constantly, they're literally going to burn up their entire maintenance schedule just in what they're doing. And they're not doing it for anything other than just because they should, because they're supporting their fellow Americans and because it's an awesome thing. So they truly do deserve our appreciation. And I want to also say that there are many, 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 many people that are going to be involved in this rescue effort and the rebuilding effort and the recovery effort in that area that are not going to get praise and they're not going to get thanks and they're not going to be recognized. And that's something that I know a couple people did bring up in the previous video about heaping praise on Cleetus, specifically him. And I know that he doesn't want that praise, but he's kind of the embodiment of what we would all like to see more of. We would love to see people that are willing to go above and beyond and risk everything like he did, like they did, I guess, to help their fellow countrymen. So while yes, it's probably a little awkward for him to get praised, and I'm sure if he does see these videos that he would appreciate it if we wouldn't talk about him specifically about that, but he's the figurehead of this whole thing. He's the most visible person of this entire effort so far. So, well, yes, we're saying thank you to him and his wife specifically. We're saying thank you to all of those people, all the people that are up there in the Carolinas that are cutting trees, that are getting on four-wheelers and even donkeys going up into the mountains to be able to haul food and water and haul people out. And there's an army, literally an army of people that are out there that are doing everything they possibly can to support the people of Western North Carolina and East Tennessee. It's going to be a long road to hoe. It's going to be a long way back. Asheville's devastated. A lot of other small communities around there are absolutely devastated. Many, many people lost their lives. A lot of people lost absolutely everything they own. Very few of them will have federal flood insurance, so a lot of what they lost, they probably are not going to recover, which is just heart-wrenching. A lot of folks that have lived there for generations. That's an area of the country where folks oftentimes live there for a long, long time, have lived there for forever, since their families came here. beautiful area of the world, and I've been fortunate to be in and out of that area many, many times. For those of you who are familiar with my 2500 road trip, I took which is a $2,500 cars going on a 2,500 mile road trip. Our most recent one was in 23, and we went down to the Freedom Factory to see Cleetus in the winter warm-up. But on our way back, we came up through South Carolina and up through North Carolina, Asheville area, and then did the Devil's Whip up through that area. So we literally drove right through this area, and it's just absolutely fantastic area. Great people, great food, great music, great arts, and just generally an absolutely beautiful area of the world. So to see that kind of devastation in that area is devastating, just absolutely devastating. Anyway, I got to get back to work. Thank you for watching. I truly do appreciate it. If you've got anybody that you could send this to that would be interested in watching the video and helping to just put some watch time on it to be able to generate more revenue that we can do good things with, I would appreciate that. Click on the little share button that's down there. Put it on your Facebook page, put it on your Instagram, put it on your Telegram, put it on your whatever, send it to your aunt, your uncle, whoever. The more people we can get to watch this kind of thing, the better. So this is not generally what I do here, but in this case, it's something that I think is important to platform, and that's why I'm doing it. So hopefully you guys enjoy this and you understand the message. Anyway, I love you. Thank you very much for being here. Take care. Bye-bye.